Hello and welcome to another day in the life. On this beautiful sunny day in Panama City, we were heading over to the Gamboa Nature Reserve. And by the way, it's also a hotel for those looking to stay somewhere very in touch with wildlife in Panama. As we were driving there was this big bike race going on, of course, that we had no idea about. And as we kept driving, it cleared up, which luckily meant we were able to go quite a little bit faster. One thing I love, and never get tired of driving in Panama is just the lushness. I believe I saw a statistic that said second to the Brazil rainforest, the rainforest in Panama is the largest in the world. And fun fact, Panama City is also the only capital city in the world with a rainforest running through it. That little bridge we just passed, by the way, with the sign, that sign, if you stopped and zoomed in on it, said, "Watch out for crocodiles underneath." So, of course, the lushness of all this jungle brings quite a diverse animal life with it as well. And all these yellow traffic signs we keep passing, or most of them say, be careful of crashing your car, and each of them identify these crazy animals on each sign. One said watch out of crashing into a tapir, one said watch out of crashing into a capybara, some others say watch out not to crash into monkeys and jaguars. I mean, that is real life in Panama, and although I don't think I'd want to be face to face with any of those animals, it definitely makes for an adventurous and just stunning drive. A little more innocent than all the animals I listed is this fella, the agouti. They're kind of like the squirrels of Panama, although they're not squirrels, they're rodents. And I love those little guys. They're like mini capybaras. So we keep driving here, and to get to the Gamboa Natural Reserve, we of course pass many other destinations for nature lovers. For example, Soberania National Park is a park with like hundreds of mammals living there, hundreds of bird species, including, by the way, also some, more dangerous, deadly fellas you wouldn't want to run into, like jaguars and pumas, things like that. For what it's worth, this is the Gamboa Natural Reserve hotel lobby. This is where you go and check in. Even if you're not staying at the hotel, it's where you go check in. They have side booths within the lobby that sell passes to the different nature activities on site. That's a little iguana. And the nature activity we did on this day was we attended a sloth sanctuary and also got a chance to check out some poison frogs and some butterfly farms, and also just different like plant things like vegetables and fruits and things that are growing in this part of the Panamanian rainforest and jungle. The caged in guys, this was I always forget the difference between tortoise and turtle, but you see what this is, and whether I'm going to call it a turtle for now. Very cute. I was stunned that they walk on their little fins. Like I just imagine how painful that would be to walk on, like numbs your whole life, but that's how they're designed. And of course you just saw more iguanas, and these are the poisonous dart frogs. So here in the sanctuary, because they keep them in captivity, the tour guide explained to us that the dart frogs are no longer poisonous in captivity because they don't eat that one, type of bug or insect that actually makes them poisonous. So here, of course, they feed them other things, but not including the ingredient that, if consumed, would then make them poisonous. Next stop was the little butterfly farm I talked about. This butterfly, for those of you that live in North America, we have that one, like the owl eye butterfly, but it's still cute to be able to see them, in real life. Lots of different colored butterflies. Of course, I don't memorize the species name, so I'm going to go by, orange butterflies and blue butterflies and pink butterflies, more simple terms. Of course, as cute as they are, it's a little creepy, the thought of these. I always have a phobia that they're going to like end up in my mouth or go up my nose or something like that. But I was very happy to see here that they had intentionally attracted the butterflies to the sides of the butterfly farm. This was the sloth sanctuary Sanctuary. So all of the sloths here, they haven't just been like kidnapped from the rainforest and put in here. They are sloths that need rehabilitation, sloths that for one reason or another cannot make it themselves in the wild. And I asked why they are sort of so, what you might not be seeing is that this little setup the sloths are in is actually encaged, or not encaged, but there's a fence around it. It's not like a ceiling to floor fence, but there's a fence around it to keep you from walking in. And I asked why, and that tour guide in the light blue shirt you just saw said that it is to keep ocelots and boas from eating the snakes, the sloths at nighttime. So yes, again, just another testament to how crazy the rainforest is in Panama. After that experience, which by the way, pushing 40 degrees, extremely high humidity, extremely sweaty, every pore of your body sweats in Panama, we needed a break, so we went back to the hotel, but for like drinks and ice cream sort of things, and just looking over the nature. The iguanas, by the way, so that day on the Gamboa Reserve was one of our first days in the country, and it was crazy to see them on reserve. But look at all these other iguanas just spotted around town following our visit at the Iguana Reserve. I've come to conclude that iguanas, if you're from Canada, you know, we have squirrels everywhere. Iguanas are like the squirrels of Panama. So what did we do for the rest of the day? Because that activity at Gamboa, I would recommend, by the way, and it took a few hours, but I like to fill up the fun days because of how busy I am with my schedule as a lawyer. I like to fill up the fun days with a lot of fun to them. So we decided on another activity for the day, and that was going to a city called Colón. Colón is a city on the Caribbean side of Panama, and you need these passes, these stamp passes I'm showing here, to enter what's called Zona Libre, which, owing to the Panama Canal, a lot of trade happens in Panama, obviously, and this is the largest duty-free center in the Americas, so North and South American continent, and the second largest in the entire world. Paid our stamp. This was not really worth it, but still a cultural experience, fun to see. And just closing the loop on Colón. So going from Colón to Panama is a drive that actually takes you from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean all in one day. And Panama, another fun fact, is the only country where you can see the sun rise and set over two distinctly different oceans. Again, all in one day. Here I was expecting, you know, high designer brands. It was more like $2 and $3 t-shirts kind of thing, which is what made it not a worthwhile experience for me. Paying the pass just to enter the zone was a $5 pass. So in terms of value, you know, I always talk about business with you guys. It's not just what you're buying, but it's what's the value behind it. Paying $5 to buy a $2 t-shirt, not really valuable. But paying $5 for a discount on, you know, a $5,000 bag, I mean, that's crazy value. We closed the day with some food. Nacion Sushi is a Panamanian, or is a sushi chain popular in Panama, I should say, although it's featured all over Latin America. Here are some of the items we ordered. You know, it was okay. I know we're not in Tokyo. I'm not holding them to that standard. It's not a Michelin star restaurant. I'm not holding them to that standard either. It was an okay pit stop for what you see in front of you. And after all these different dishes, my favorite, actually, I realized I didn't even picture, was the bao buns with fried fish. But after this, we headed back to the hotel. And these three experiences together that you saw here made up a whole day in my life living in Panama. Thank you for watching. Make sure to come back for more of our videos on this luxury and fun-loving channel. Thank you so much for watching.